Hi everybody, it's Nerdity Absurdity coming at you with another action figure review. Trying a slightly different format this time. I'm not going to do the unboxing. I was finding it was taking kind of long. Anyway, I think it's better just to jump into the figure and see how it looks. So today we're taking a look at Tiny Tina, the Borderlands 3 figure from McFarlane Toys. There's the beautiful box art right there. Um, yeah, that's really nice. That's lovely. That's what it looks like from the front. And here is Tina here in all her glory. So let's just get into it. So Tina comes with everything you see here. Let's see, the ears there, the gun, little rabbit. If we spin her around, you can see she's wearing a backpack. I'll talk a little more about the backpack in a minute. These are all the accessories she comes with. And she comes with a bunny mask. That's right. If you want, you can just pop that off, and you see there's kind of a slot on the top of her head there. And there's a little peg like yay. You can see that'll just pop right in there. So if you want, you can have Tina wearing the bunny mask. It looks good, but I prefer my Tina to see the face so that I can tell it's Tina. This is one of these figures, ladies and gents, and others, that I didn't know I was gonna ever pick up. I was in EB Games for the first time in forever, cause pandemic, yada yada yada. And I thought to myself, well, hey, this is a dang good looking figure. Part of why I buy figures is part of it is aesthetic and character, and this has both. Big fan of the Borderlands, like Borderlands 2, like Borderlands 3. Big fan of the Tiny Tina. This, you get the Borderlands 3 Tina. She's a little bit more adult. She's a little bit more grown up. They allude to her doing some more adult things, which kind of ruins the image of Tina for me in my mind. I like the innocent little girl who just likes to blow stuff up because she was raised by wolves in the Borderlands or whatever. But yeah, as you can see, this figure is absolutely... This is gorgeous. Like, the detail on this figure is amazing. I have her kind of posed up there just a little bit, but I mean, look at her. Just take a look at all this. Just take a look at what's going on here. We take a look. I'm gonna spin her around so you can see her face right there. Drop the gun. That's okay. And do you see that? Do you see that tiny little? It's like a little paw on the side of her face. You see that right there? That little marking? Like, that's the level of detail we're looking at. Like, look at the shirt. Look at that there. Just look at that. You got the little... Move your arm there, Tina, so we can see the bunny. Look at Mr. Bunny. You got the boom symbol on the shirt. Show that. We turn around. We got the backpack. We got more of that. More of that when we turn around. And then look at the backpack with the dynamite. You can read this. Look at all those glyphs and things. That's so cool. Not to say anything of the aesthetic. Borderlands, of course, it has this grimy, colorful world, cell-shaded aesthetic. What I was doing right there is I was putting this classic... Your classic multiverse stand. It's just been printed with Borderlands there. It's classic. Only has the peg hole in the 1 foot. But whatever. She seems to stand okay or whatever. I think I dropped her gun somewhere, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll turn up. But yeah, you could tell she walked right out of the video game. Borderlands has that classic, like, cell-shaded aesthetic, but it's also kind of grimy. It's got this painterly look to it. And she looks like she jumped right out of the video game. This is just amazing. This is amazing attention to detail. Look at the tattoo on the arm. Look at that. Do you see that? You gotta see that. That's all of these details. Like, you can tell, like, there's some kind of paint. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice. There's a red glyph over there. There is so much detail in this figure, and the sculpt is great. You got the pants and everything, and asymmetrical shoes. Looks completely different both sides of the feet. Got the wingtips there, and you got the pink sneaker, and I don't know what that is. That's some kind of pad. Like, look at how much got the like a bandage. She's like patched her pants up and everything. There is so much detail on this figure. And just how tall are you, Tina? Here we go. Handy dandy Canada ruler right here. And yeah, 6 inches 7 if you include the ears. Never thought I'd be making a Space Jam joke, but yeah, for a 6-inch figure, man, look at that detail. I'm blown away by this. Like, I don't know. It's just maybe people don't talk about figures like this because it's from a video game that not everybody plays. I mean, it's not like Tiny Tina's Batman, but I mean, I like this character a lot. She looks really cool. And here's the thing though. I saw some of the other figures from the line and I didn't want to pick them up. You know that pick me up and buy me feeling you get when you get a really good figure in hand? Like that's just what I got with Tina here. Is I want to pick her up and buy her because she looked so good just in the package, and then when I opened her, she looked even better. There is so much going on. Every time I look at her, I find something new. The sculpt is amazing. It looks like Tina. There's a tiny little cut across her nose. Like, let's get a look at that. Let's get a look. Let me fix this light so you can. There you go. You see that tiny cut across her nose? Look at that. That's crazy. The only thing I'm going to say is her expression is a little weird. Like, to be sure. Her expression there is, I don't know, just a little odd. It's a little like, I'm not sure. It's not quite neutral, but it's not like a smirk or anything. Tiny Tina's a mischievous character. Um, what I like about her too, even though it's quote unquote adult Tina, it still kind of gives me that little kid feel with the bunny ears and things like that, and it's still, got the, well, I just want to blow stuff up. So quick note about the backpack here. Backpack did not come on the figure. It came separate, so in order to put it on, I had to pop out the arms. They're on peg holes there. I had to pop them out, put the straps over the shoulder, pop each arms back on. A little bit hard to do because the joints were very stiff out of the box. But, apart from that, look at that. The bunny with the one eye missing and things like that. I am so jazzed about this figure, man. Like, I wasn't going to go out. I wasn't like, oh, I need the Tiny Tina figure. I didn't even really know about it. Like, I knew there was Borderlands merch. Again, what was I saying? Yeah, they have other figures in the line. I think there's two, there's two of the Berserkers, Marauders, whatever they're called. Two Lunatics or whatever. Ravagers, whatever they're called. They got a couple of those. And they got Lilith, and then there's a Claptrap. I wasn't blown away by the Lilith. I really like her design in the game. There's just something very nice about her with the tattoos and the colors and her clothes and stuff. I thought the model in the game was really, really good, the CGI model. I wasn't blown away when I saw the figure in package. I also saw the Claptrap figure, and I really like Claptrap, and I like and I like collecting robots, but yeah, that figure didn't have a pick me up and buy me too. $15 he was at a convention. I probably should have just got him, but it didn't have that. I'd already bought a bunch of other stuff. I was like, nah, I guess I don't need to spend money on Claptrap. If I saw him again for that price, I'd probably grab him. But essentially, he's a box, right? This, though, is amazing. She looks so good. She looks so cool. Even though she just fell over, she's still really cool. I guess it's good in time as any to go over articulation. So what do we got here, Miss Tina? Well, she can look down whoop. That's a thing. That happened before. Her torso pops off. So a little bit about the torso articulation. As you can see, it's on that kind of a ball joint there. Yeah, that popped off really easy, but that was probably because I was messing with the arms. Anyway, she looks down a wee bit. Not as much as you would think for a figure without a whole mess of hair, like a lot of female figures have. And looks up about yay much. Not a whole lot. Arms, you're slightly limited by the shoulder pad on this side. Less on this side, but there's still not a lot. I love how her arms are very, very spindly. I think that's very cool. And right after posing Tina, her arm snapped off. Right after filming this video, I was trying to pose her up, and the peg snapped off in her arm. Yeah, she falls apart really easy, and these pegs are, they're kind of brittle. I just learned. So yeah, that's a shame. I'm really bummed out because otherwise I really like this figure. These arms are single jointed, single pegged. Do they rotate around? They do rotate around. They do the 360. No bicep swivel, no bicep cut. You know, single peg hinge there. I think that's fine for a spindly armed character like Tina. And you got your hand there. Hinges up, hinges down on a peg, swirls around. Again, torso articulation. She can do a 360, like yay, and come all the way off again. I have, maybe it was because I was fooling around with it before, and maybe it's something to do with the backpack pushing it up, but yeah, that likes to pop off a little bit. It's not too much of a problem, though, honestly. There is kind of a waist cut. Now that she has been popped off, there is definitely a waist cut. Oh, that's cool, too. I know that she's apart here, but you see the line on the shirt there? Take a look at her shirt up there. You see how there's that line on the cuff? And there's the same line at the bottom of the shirt, that pink line. Isn't that attention to detail? Isn't that nice? Isn't that good? Yeah, anyway, so that's kind of stiff, but that does 360 around. And again, pop her back on her socket, and she is like so. She does the splits, a fair amount, actually. That's nice. These also don't move around too much. I think this is pegged in the back. Again, this backpack is loose because I popped that on there. You can do whatever you want. She does the splits quite a fair ways. We'll kick forward like yay. Wow, that's kind of a weird hinge. I never noticed on the leg there. See, there's that kind of gappage there. But I guess that's so... Oh, that's because it's popping out. Yeah, this figure likes to pop out of stuff. Yeah, so that's basically a single jointed hinge. But, yeah, there's no upper thigh cut or anything. We'll go completely around, and as for the foot, it will do a 360. There's no real ankle pivot. There's a little bit of articulation. It's on like a ball or whatever, so that's the kind of movement you're getting out of the figure, like yay. But yeah, that's what you're getting with Tina there. And yeah, not a whole lot of articulation, but you know, it's not, you don't get double joints or anything like that, but man, some of these fell off. I'm going to show you the gun real quick. See that? See all that lovely detail on the gun? Wow, I am blown away by that. That is, like, that's all painted on. Like, come on, man. Maybe it's a stamp or something. I don't know, but I mean, that looks really good. That's really good as an accessory. There's no way I'm having Tina without this gun. That's so cool. And a pink gun. That's so Tina, and that's so Borderlands. I love it. Oh, sorry, the rabbit fell off, but as you can see, the rabbit was pegged on here, like yay. It just pops in there like it ain't nobody's business. And then, yeah. So, we're learning here that a lot of the pieces like to pop off of Tina when you're posing her around. So just beware of that. But man, do I like this figure. I love the sculpt. Obviously, it's an original sculpt. They might have used some body mold. I don't know what they would have used for as a base body mold, but it's an original sculpt. The spindly arms, the clothes, the asymmetry of the whole thing. And then on top of that, just a stellar paint job, detail up the wazoo. It's such a lovely, detailed figure. And again, I really like this character. I really like this character, and I really like these games. So Tina here, just, she speaks to me. She really does. That is Tiny Tina from Borderlands, McFarlane Toys. Yeah, found her at AB Games or GameStop. Was about $20 Canadian, which is $15 or whatever your American equivalent. New. I kicked myself a little bit because I went to a convention later and she was going for $10 new in the package. I don't know why people didn't just scoop this thing up. Maybe they did. Maybe I don't know a lot about the history of the sales of this figure. Again, it's not like a Batman figure or a Spider-Man figure or something like that. As far as I know, there wasn't a huge demand for this figure. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I think she is just gorgeous. I think she might be one of the most, if not the most detailed, especially in terms of the paint, 6-inch figures I have. You know, that's a commercially available, you know, not a Sideshow, not a Hot Toys or a, you know, one of those $100 figures or anything like that. For $20, you're getting a heck of a lot, man. Like, that's just, I'm blown away by this thing. I know she's just again, like not a Hush Batman or anything coming out that came out a little while ago, or but sometimes that doesn't matter. Sometimes a good figure is just a good figure. Yeah. And again, like if you don't like Borderlands, I don't know why you would necessarily pick up this figure apart from the fact that it's just so detailed and so nice looking and so good. Yeah, yeah, highly recommend this one. Yeah, she's great. Despite the parts popping off and stuff like this. You can see I'm handling her right now and nothing's going on. So it was just kind of before when I was being maybe a little too rough with her, but yeah, wow. I really like this figure. She's really good. It's easy. You know what's coming. The Doctor Who rating, but you don't even have to guess. It's blue. She's Doctor Who approved. So that's it from Nerdity Absurdity. That's Tiny Tina. Thank you so much for popping in, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.